what I just want to say is if you're a girl watching this and you're on Tinder in the Austin, Texas, San Antonio, Texas, Shirt, Texas, New Braunfels, Texas, Victoria, Texas area, and you find a guy on Tinder who's named Grant, initials GSG to be very specific, who's 33 years old, 6'3", looks like G-Eazy, has the long flowing dark hair on top, lots of stubble, light brownish eyes, gorgeous, has 0% body fat, who flips and renovates homes self-employed with his brother in New Braunfels in Shirts. Oh girl, you in danger. Swipe fucking left, because that guy is a narcissistic psychopath who has no intention except lying to you and then leaving you in the dust. And Grant, if you're watching this video, please fucking suck on my dick, choke, and die. Hey guys, what's up? I'm back from Europe and Iceland, which Iceland was so fucking dope. It's like definitely a bucket list place to go. Everything on the trip was so great, and the timing of the trip was awesome because I was ghosted, and if I hadn't been on that trip, like, y'all, I would have done some motherfucking damage. There's no point in like letting yourself get that angry and letting yourself react or retaliate against someone who's not worth your energy, whatever, but I was super upset, and I can promise you that if I had just been here at my house in Austin when this had gone down, I would have been getting in my car and driving the hour and 15 minutes to his house in buttfuck Texas and literally would not have left without getting answers, and there would have been screaming, and I would have popped the fuck off, and I really wanted to like egg his car or something. There were so many things that I wanted to do, but I couldn't because I was in Europe. So yeah, that's what this video is going to be about. I'm going to talk about the dude that I came on here and made a whole video about love at first sight, being like, oh my gosh, I've never really believed in love at first sight, but I've met this person who is on my same wavelength, who's making it seem like we are so lucky that we found each other on a dating app, and this is crazy, and how can you like someone this much this fast, and how can you have this much of a connection this fast, like, this is insane. And I said in the video, this is insane, and I understand that it sounds crazy because I feel crazy, and I've never experienced something like this before. And I also said in the video, please God, let this be real, because I knew rationally, like, what really is the chance of this being real, but nothing was said or done by him to indicate that I was being played or that this wouldn't be real. So I jumped the gun and I do something that I never fucking do when I have a guy in my life, which is I came on here and made a video being like, oh my God, this is insane. I feel like me and this person are going to fall in love so quickly and are going to date and potentially be together forever. And I also posted a picture on Instagram with him and Instagram stories with him, and that's something I do not do. Like, I've had this channel for almost 3 years. I don't even know how many boys I've discussed on this channel, but I can promise you that I have not posted things about them, pictures with them, stuff like that. Like, that's not something I do. Like, if you've been following my Instagram, like, you know there's no fucking pictures with dudes on there. Like, it's a huge deal if I make the, like, Instagram leap to show the face of someone I'm talking to and discuss them with you guys. I'm not gonna lie, part of me doesn't even want to make this video because it's been 2 whole weeks now since the ghosting thing happened, and I'm just so at peace with it and with myself, and I'm so proud of myself for being so at peace with it so soon after it happening, because the last time I got ghosted, I didn't get over it for months, which was actually just last summer. I have a video about this dude in Georgia who ghosted me, and I will link that video down below, which was the closest situation to this I've been in, but still, that was nothing compared to this. Part of me doesn't want to make a video about it because I don't want to like give this guy the satisfaction of knowing like, oh, she's still so upset she's making a video about me, because I know that he's probably going to watch this video. So if you're watching this, hey asshole, fuck you. This is the first time in my life that I've been legitimately played. Like, I have dealt with all kinds of fuckboys on the fuckboy spectrum. I've had sex with people who've never talked to me again after having sex with me. I've been ghosted, I've been fucked over, I've been cheated on. Like, I've dealt with it all, and still to this day I have not experienced someone literally manipulating me and lying to me 100% to get whatever it is they wanted from me, which I don't even know what it is he wanted from me or what he was gaining from doing what he did to me or to the other girls, because he didn't get anything. Like, he didn't get money from me, he didn't get like fame from me or from any of these other girls. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, what he did would make sense if he was using me or these other girls for something, but he didn't get anything out of it except sex. But like, you don't have to go to this extreme of lengths and play someone like this and fuck with someone like this just to have sex. So I really think, I genuinely believe that he is a narcissist and probably suffers from narcissistic personality disorder and might honestly be a little tiny bit of a sociopath. He definitely has a screw loose. He's not normal mentally, I can tell you that, because no normal person does these things. So me and this dude talked for like 4 weeks, like a month, like not a long time. Like I understand that that's not a long time, but you have to understand everything that was said and done to me in those short 4 weeks. So we matched on Tinder, we texted for a day, the texting conversation was awesome. I don't want to meet unless I feel a connection through texting because duh. So we had this really great texting conversation. I was like, wow, this is going so well, let's FaceTime to see if we like have a connection face to face, voice to voice, and then if we do, like let's meet up and like let's get this ball rolling. Like I don't want to just sit around texting someone from Tinder. So we FaceTimed for like only 5 minutes. It was a great FaceTime. There was definitely a connection, there was definitely an attraction. Like this guy is so fucking attractive and he knows that, and he acted like he didn't know that, but he fucking knows that, and that's why he can get away with things like this or pull things off like this to this extent. So I was like, let's meet up tonight. So I met up with him that night. That was the night that I had the sleep paralysis for the first time. I have a video about that below. That's this guy. And he just was infatuated with me, or acted like he was infatuated with me from that first night. Like it wasn't like me being like, oh my god, I love this guy, I'm a crazy girl. Like no, like he was so nervous to meet me. He was like, I drank a few beers before you came over because I'm so nervous, like sick to my stomach, like you're so beautiful, like you're so much prettier than me. Like what? Like no, like we're equal at most. Like this guy is a god, 6'3", so fucking hot, has like no fat anywhere on his body. Yeah, he was like all over me, super touchy-feely. We had sex right away, which usually when I like someone and want to pursue them, I do like to wait like a month now to like actually have sex with the person. We had sex right away, like everything was great, like all over me, so touchy-feely, just like saying all the right things, being like, oh my god, like you're so cool, I'm so happy you're real, I'm so happy you're not a catfish, like you're so awesome. Like the next day he was texting me, like that was such a fun night, like I can't believe we stayed up until 6 a.m. just talking. Like it was basically just hours of me and you sharing stories and laughing with each other. Like I feel like I've known you forever. Like I can't believe that we've only known of each other for 3 days and we just met. Like just saying all the right things, acting so fucking into me. And then we had plans to hang out a few days after that, which was the Sunday fun day that we went to together, in which he came to my house and met my parents, and my mom made us food, and he slept in my house with my entire family. So we were all sleeping together under one fucking roof. My parents were so nice to him. Like my mom was the most gracious host. Like it's a huge deal to meet someone's family. Like I didn't take that lightly, and we had a discussion about how, yeah, like maybe this is kind of fast in meeting parents, but like we really like each other, like it's gonna be super cool. And he was like totally down with it, totally okay with it, like so polite to my parents. Like this is the part that really fucking pisses me off, is because you involved my family, dude. Like you took the time to come to my house and meet my family, and not only meet them, but fucking like eat the food in my house and go in the pool and play with my dad's pool table and talk to my parents and then sleep under the same roof as them. Like when you meet someone's parents, you are giving off the impression that you are very interested in their daughter. If you're coming to their home and meeting them and sleeping in their home, dude, like what the fuck? So after that, I was like, wow, like this is so insane. Like this has to be real. Like he met my parents. That's when I made the video being like, oh my gosh, it's a love at first sight. Like how am I so lucky? We have this insane connection, blah, 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 whatever. When I made that video, a girl commented on it being like, hey girl, like I applaud you for making this video. You're really cool. I've been watching you for a while, but I just wanted to let you know that I know who this guy is, and he's said and done all these things before. So like, don't think you're special, basically. You're in danger. Like you're gonna get fucked over. And I screenshot the comment and I sent it to him, and I was like, who's this girl? And he was like, I honestly don't know. And then I was like, well, you need to call me. Like we need to talk about this, because I'm not going to not believe a girl that comments on my videos same way I reach out to girls being like, hey, your boyfriend's DMing me, hey, your boyfriend sent me this. Like I know what it's like to be that girl reaching out and like trying to warn a girl. So like I took her warning, like I wasn't gonna blow her off. I was like, fuck, like what the fuck, like what is this about? So we talk on the phone about it, and he's like, I really don't know who that is. Like I'm as stumped as you. Like you should message her back, ask her like more details, like get more information about me, about what I did, so we can confirm. Like maybe she has me confused with someone else. Like maybe she's just like someone who's been watching you, who's just trying to troll and like fuck up your love life, whatever. So I was like, okay, like I'll comment back to her. And so we hang up the phone and like literally max 1 minute passes, and before I can even like go to my computer and message this girl, reach out to this girl, he calls me back and he's like, oh, I figured out who it is. Like, this girl just sent me a really long angry message about it. It's this friend of this girl who I used to talk to, and we didn't work out because like we couldn't see each other often because she lived in San Antonio and she had a kid anyway, so I didn't know if I really wanted to be involved with someone with a kid, and I couldn't talk to her for a couple days. I didn't have cell reception, and she flipped her shit on me, and then she ended things with me, and then I was on Tinder again, and she saw me on Tinder, and it was this whole thing. He was like, you don't have to worry about it. Like, I only met her like twice in person. Like, it wasn't serious at all. Like, she was the one that ended it with me. I didn't want to like raise someone else's kid anyway. Like, she's just being petty. Like, people like this are unhappy with their own lives, so they're trying to like take us down, blah blah blah, whatever. And I was just like, oh, okay. Like, he had so many details about it and seemed so genuine. Like, with everything he said, everything that came out of this guy's mouth was so fucking genuine. It was insane. Like, I didn't get a single vibe from him ever that he was a fuckboy. If anything, he gave off the vibe of someone who was like kind of not confident, kind of shy, and like didn't realize how cute he was, and just kind of like, hi, like, yeah, like I'm kind of actually a dork. Like, I know I'm really tall and attractive, but I'm not like that on the inside. Like, I just want someone to love me. Like, that's how he acted. Like, he didn't put off a fuckboy vibe at all, and I believed him. Like, what am I gonna do? Not believe the guy who takes the time to call me on the phone to be like, I'm gonna be honest, like, it's because of this girl I was involved with, but like, blah, 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 X, Y, and Z. This is why you don't have to be worried about it. So I was like, okay. So then I went back to my YouTube, and I noticed that the comment that the girl left had been deleted. So I was like, oh, well, that makes the comment seem even less relevant. Whoever posted it has already gone back in this short amount of time and removed the comment. Like, was she trolling me? Did she not mean what she said? Like, why would you delete the comment? So I believed him and was like, okay, for sure, like, whatever, there we all have spiteful exes, spiteful people we've hooked up with in our past, whatever. I didn't really think much of that, but like now, thank you girl that commented. Like, you were absolutely right. Like, he has said and done all these same things before. And what I mean by what has he said before, like, this guy was acting like I was the love of his life and he wanted to get married to me, and he already knew we were soulmates. Like, I know I'm the girl and like girls are the emotional ones and stuff, but he was the one literally saying to me like, oh my god, like, I can't believe we have feelings for each other this fast. Like, you could really be the one. Like, we're in trouble that we like have met and we found this connection so quickly. Like, he was really asking me what kind of engagement rings I like asking me the style of engagement ring I like, and making comments like, I'm gonna have to go start shopping soon. Like, oh my god, I can't believe that we have this connection. I can't believe that I basically found my future wife, basically. And he said things like this to me almost on a daily fucking basis. And he was telling me about how his mom had saved his great-grandmother's ring, and he knew that like his great-grandmother's ring was probably a ring that I would really like, and like if I didn't care about having a new ring, like it'd mean a lot to him if I would like take his great-grandmother's ring and just all this stuff. And he told me that he went to Houston to visit his very best friend in the whole world, and like told his best friend all about me, and visited his aunt and told his aunt about me, like being like, I'm telling my family and friends about you, like everyone thinks you seem really cool, like I'm so excited for you to meet these people in my life, blah blah blah, whatever. And then I didn't get to see him for 2 weeks after the Sunday Funday because he had to go do something. I had to go to Florida to pack up my apartment. He does stuff where he doesn't have service a lot of the time, which, okay, first of all, I understand if you work out in the boonies and you're remodeling houses and you own a ranch that you work on with your stepdad or whatever it is that he told me, which all could be lies, honestly. I honestly don't know what the fuck he ever said to me now that was truthful. I understand not having service and not being able to text for 24 or 48 hours max, okay? Like, I get that. But just the amount of times that he was like, oh, I haven't had service the past 2 days. Like, if you know you're not gonna have service, why wouldn't you tell me ahead of time I'm not gonna have service, instead of going, not having service, and then coming back from the dead and being like, I'm sorry, I didn't have service for 2 days. Like, that's kind of rude. And he did that like several times, which I didn't really think anything of, because again, every time we were talking, he was saying all the perfect things, making it seem like he was literally falling for me like so fast already. And it wasn't just me that felt this way. Like, I wasn't crazy, he felt it too. And we were gonna get married, and we had conversations about like how since he was already 33, he wanted to have kids probably by like 36 or 37. So like if me and him worked out, like we would need to be like quick moving, like dating for this amount of time and then move in for at least a year and then be engaged and get married and then literally start having kids. And like, I'm not even someone that has always been like on the kid train. Like, I don't like kids, and I expressed to him like, I don't even know if I want to have kids. And because he just made me feel like so loved and so like we're meant for each other, like we're gonna end up together, like we're going to have like this insane fairy tale intense romance, and we talked about it so much in depth, he literally convinced me basically to have his children, as someone who's like not really super obsessed with having kids. And he like basically just made it seem like, oh my god, this guy is so in love with me and we're gonna be together forever, that if things pan out, yes, I would have children with him, which is in fucking insane. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that I don't fucking know if I want to have kids. And for this guy to convince me in like 2 weeks time that I not only want to be with him forever, but I want to have his children is motherfucking insane. Okay, just like literal insane. I also would like to point out that within the first time we met each other, he told me that I should delete my dating apps because I would have no use for them anymore, because me and him were definitely going to date. And I was like, do you mean like actually delete my dating app accounts? Like completely be off the dating app grid, like no one will be able to find me? And he was like, yeah, go ahead and delete them. And I was like, okay. So I deleted my Bumble and my Tinder accounts, which means if this doesn't work out and I get back on dating apps, I'm gonna have to start from fucking scratch creating my fucking profile and shit, which is just a 15-minute pain in the ass. But he told me to delete my accounts. So when I got back on Tinder after this happened, I had to start from scratch, which was fucking annoying, because he told me like, oh no, you don't need a dating app ever again, because me and you are definitely going to end up together. He would call me all the time. He would try and FaceTime me all the time, like would make time to like do more than just text me. He called me when I was in Florida, was texting me all the time, was like, I miss you so much, I like you so much, would send me spontaneous texts saying things like, I can't go 5 minutes without thinking about you, or saying things like, you're stupid pretty and you're cool as fuck and I like you so much. Just sending me like spontaneous, super, super nice texts, which it's like, you are just going out of your way to be like, you know what, I'm gonna send her a text right now telling her how beautiful she is and how much I miss her and how much I'm excited about her and how I think she's like the one. Like, why are you going to be sending these messages and saying these things and talking to me about getting married to me and convincing me to have your children and telling me that you want us to get married, engaged, live together, have children in the next 5 years max? Why are you gonna have all these conversations with me? Why are you going to come to my home and meet my parents, shake my father's hand, look my mom dead in the eye, hug my mother, eat my mother's food, spend the night in my home, meet my sister, pet my fucking cat? Like, why are you gonna do all that if you know from probably day one that you don't actually want anything with me and I'm just another pawn in your sick fucking game? Like, I'm not kidding. Every fucking thing that he said, every nice text, every fucking handshake with my father, all of it was a fucking lie. Like, literally everything was either a blatant lie or narcissistic manipulation. Like, I literally think he's a crazy person, because I've been ghosted before, but the people that have ghosted me haven't been fucking talking to me and acting towards me like they were in love with me and that they knew they were going to marry me and telling all their friends and their family about me. And then the night before I went to Europe, I went to his home, stayed the night with him, like literally woke up at 6 a.m. with him. When he went off to work, I woke up, went to pack my bag, and went to the airport that same fucking day. So I spent my last night with him, and he was like, when you get back, we're gonna go to Schlitterbahn together, we're gonna go to the gun range, and I can teach you how to shoot. Like, it's only 2 weeks, like we can do it, like we've done it before, like I'm gonna miss you so much, like nothing's gonna change because you're like going away for 2 weeks, blah blah blah, like saying and doing all the right things, so touchy-feely, just all over me, kissing me all over, hugging me, just like all over me all the fucking time. I didn't even get for 1 second ever a vibe of like, this isn't genuine, or this is a lie, or blah blah blah. Like, I have literally dealt with every kind of fuckboy ever, and I didn't get even one tiny inkling of a feeling that maybe none of this is real. So like, how the fuck? Like, if anyone is going to be smart about getting played or noticing red flags, it's fucking me. And even I was like, what? Literally insane. And so I go to Europe, and my very first day in Europe, because there's a huge time change, I wake up to a text from him being like, hey beautiful, I miss you so much already. I wish that I was cuddling with you right now. Send me selfies of your beautiful face in the streets of wherever you end up. I really want to see and hear about your trip, blah blah blah. And like, I was going to fucking buy him all these fucking souvenirs. Like, I was gonna collect beer glasses, like beer mugs from all the different countries we were going to bring back to him, and then bring him back Iceland beer. I told him like, I'm going to bring you all this fucking stuff back. You fucking know this, and you're going to allow me to spend money on you knowing that you're gonna fucking ghost, because obviously you know you're gonna fucking ghost. Like, what the fuck? Like, you don't just decide one day, yep, that's it, I'm never gonna fucking reply to this girl again. Like, that's fucking psycho. Like, what the fuck? Like, you had to have known from like day one, week one, that you were gonna do to me the same thing you've done to like all these other people. Like, I know that I'm a special person, like everyone's special in their own special way, but I'm not more special or whatever than any other girl he's done this to. Like, in that regards, I'm not special. Like, there's nothing about me that's going to make him want to decide to not fuck me over when this is his like go-to move. Like, obviously I'm the fucking fly that just got caught in the spider's web, and it's a matter of time until the spider comes on down and starts sucking my blood and eats me, okay? So like, I'm not special. Like, I'm gonna fucking die. I'm just another fly. And like, he knew all this and still fucking fucked me over. So the first day, again, he texts me the super nice text. I send him the selfies. We have this whole banter, funny, witty conversation about the sex museum in Amsterdam and the red light districts and the prostitutes and how you can like smoke weed legally. And I sent him a selfie of me like smoking down there. And like, we just having this really great, funny conversation. And then the last text he sends me says, "A rebel without a cause," because we were talking about me smoking like on the street and like how it's legal, whatever. So then I like responded back normally. He stops replying. I don't think anything of it. Again, there's a huge time difference. The next day, doesn't text me. Next day, I'm kind of like, "Hey, what's up? Are you out at the ranch? Are you somewhere that you don't have service? When you get this, like, definitely text me." Next day passed, still doesn't text me. So then I'm kind of like, is something wrong? Like, I'm kind of confused. Like, you never go like 3 or 4 days without talking to me. It's always max 2 days. Like, just let me know. Looking forward to hearing from you. Don't hear from him. So after another day of that, that's when I go into full panic mode and I blow his phone the fuck up over 2 days, Thursday and Friday, and I went out to Europe on like Saturday. So this was like the very end of the week. This was almost like a whole week later, a whole week into being ghosted. And keep in mind, the last conversation we had was him on his own terms telling me that I'm beautiful and that he misses me and that he wishes we were snuggling, and that I should send him selfies. And then we have this witty conversation, like our normal casual banter we have with each other because we got along so well and our personalities seemed to click awesome. But I think that if you're a psychopath as he is, he can get his personality to click with anyone's. So then finally that Thursday, Friday rolls around. It's been too many days of not hearing from someone, and I've been ghosted before, and I know that I've been ghosted, and I've already had a panic attack. I like cried for 2-3 minutes being like, what the fuck is happening? Like, I'm gonna hyperventilate. Like, I can't handle this. Like, what if something happened to him? So then last 2 days of being ghosted, this is like a week into being ghosted, I blow his fucking phone up. I sent him like 50 texts over 2 days, so like 25 texts a day. I know that's a lot, but also, boy, you fucking met my family and you said and did things to me that I've never had a man ever fucking say or do to me before, not even people that I've been serious with long term. I've never had the discussions that you and I had about getting married and having children and what kind of engagement ring I want and all this kind of stuff. He also told me that he knew he was going to marry me. Like, he literally said the words, "I know I'm going to marry you." So if the engagement ring talk and everything else wasn't just, you know, like hint enough of that, he literally said the words, "I know I'm going to marry you." Okay, so like, he was a full-on crazy ass fucking liar. Everything out of his mouth was a fucking lie, or was a manipulation to get me to feel a certain way about him so that he could be doing whatever the fuck else he wanted. Because now looking back in retrospect, every time that he didn't have service for 24 to 48 hours, he was probably just meeting up with other girls from Tinder to keep his options open and just wasn't looking at his phone so that he wasn't being a dick looking at his phone in front of other girls. Like, what? Like, there's like, ugh, it's just so sickening, honestly, that someone could do this to another person even one time, let alone multiple times. And then when I posted on my Instagram story being like, "Yo, I'm pretty sure I'm being fucking ghosted," I had 2 fucking other girls come forward after the original girl who commented on my YouTube being like, "You're in danger, this has happened before to my friend," or whatever. 2 other girls come forward and are like, "Yo, this happened to my friend too," or "This happened to me too." Like, literally they were talking for months and he said all the same crazy things to her and did all the same things, and legit she thought that she had found the one and they were gonna end up together, and then he fucking fell off the face of the earth. Like, that is insane. Like, something is mentally wrong with you. Like, you can't do that to people. Like, it's one thing to be a fuckboy that's gonna get laid and fuck around and keep it really casual and then ghost. Like, that's shitty, but like, that happens pretty often in today's world. But to go out of your way to meet someone's family and stay in their home and tell their fucking daughter over and over again that you want to marry them and you want to have their children and what kind of engagement ring do you want and you're so special, I can't believe we're so lucky that we found each other. Like, to be saying those things is insane in general, especially when you've only known someone for 4 weeks, but just say that when you know you don't mean it, like, that's sick. Like, you have a fucking severe mental issue. What was the fucking nail in the fucking coffin that really confirmed to me that I was being ghosted, besides all these other girls coming forward being like, oh yeah, he did that to us too, so like probably happening to you as well. Like why would it not be happening to me if it's happened to all these other people? My mom, when I was having the panic attack, was like, oh, do you know his brothers? Like, has he talked to his brothers about you? Like, you should reach out to one of his brothers on Facebook Messenger and just see if he's okay. Like, he works in construction. Like, how do we know he didn't like drop a fucking piece of cement on his foot and he's in the hospital for like a broken leg or something? I don't know. So my mom was like, you should reach out to his brother, especially if he's talked about you. And he had told me that he talked to me about his brothers because he told me on the very last night we spent together before I went to Europe that when I came back, I would be meeting his brothers and just like acting like I was totally going to be in with all his family and friends, and like I was going to be his real life fucking for real girlfriend. And so I reached out to one of his brothers and I was like, I know you don't know me personally, but I'm sure you know who I am. Like, I've been talking to your brother for a month. Anyway, I haven't heard from him in almost a week. I really don't believe in my heart of hearts that he would just ignore me, so I'm just trying to make sure everything's okay with him. Like, if you could please have him call me at this number, like that would be great. I'm kind of geeking out over here. How I knew that this was not going to be real was because if it was real, the brother would obviously go talk to his brother and be like, yo, what the fuck is happening? You need to reach out to this girl. She's freaking out, especially if you actually love her, want to marry her, what the fuck ever. And the brother read it, didn't reply. And then once I knew I was being ghosted, I sent the brother a follow-up message that was like, actually, never mind, don't even bother. Like, I know that I'm being fucked over. Like, whatever, like, tell your brother to have a nice life. And then he was like, why are you like hating on my brother so much when you're the one that's only been talking to him for the month and you're reaching out to his brother? Like, doesn't that make you weird? And I'm like, I'm the weird one. Your brother's the one that told me that he was gonna be marrying me and told me that he already told all his family about me. So I'm sorry that you don't even know who I am. Clearly you don't know how your brother treats people, and clearly you don't know your brother is a fucking pathological liar. And then the guy like blocked me, and I was like, okay, well, this is just like nail in the coffin. Like, the brothers don't know who I am. He didn't tell anyone about me. There's another fucking lie of 1,000,000, and I was just like, fuck this whole family. Like, this is so sick. What the fuck? I just, no. I have never been played like that, like, ever, though. Like, totally blindsided, out of left field, couldn't believe it. Honestly happy that it happened when I was in Europe, which was probably his plan all along. The second she leaves the country, that's what I'm gonna fall off the face of the earth. But, like, what is the fucking point? You don't have to say and do all the things that you did if you know you're gonna lead up to ghosting someone. And what did you get from it? Like, that's what doesn't make sense to me. It's like I was being used for something, but he didn't get anything out of it. So, is it just fun for you? Is this your fun, sick game? Because you're not a 21-year-old frat boy, you're a 33-year-old man. Like, that is also the disturbing part of it all. So, yeah, I was played, totally fucked over, and now I'm extremely wary, because if I could believe that someone meant all those things to me, and the fact that this person came to my home and met my family, like, if all that can happen and this still be the end result, how the fuck will I ever know if a dude is actually into me or actually genuine or actually gives a fuck about me, even if they meet my family? Like, you would think, oh, they met my family, they're genuine, they mean what they say. Nope, apparently not. I'm floored, can't believe it, but honestly happy this person's out of my life. I don't have animosity. I don't want to go to his house and fuck things up. Like, I don't think about him on a daily basis. Like I said, I didn't even really want to make this video because I don't want to give the situation any more attention, but I just wanted to fill you in on what happened and why I got completely played. Like, literally, I've never been so floored. Like, for me to never talk about and share images of a dude I'm talking to or whatever on social media, and to feel confident enough to not only share images with him, but also to make a whole video with him, which, by the way, he knew I made that video. He knew that I was talking about him and posting with him. So, like, he knew that. He knew that all my followers are going to know about him and see images of him, and he still was like, yeah, sure, that's fine, even though I know I'm going to totally fall off the face of the fucking earth, and there's a chance that people have done this too will be following you because you have a lot of followers. Like, so sick. Like, literally didn't give a fuck about what the repercussions were for him, because all he has to do is block me, ignore me, and move on with his life, which is why I wanted to go to his house and fuck his shit up. But now there's really no fucking purpose. Like, I don't even have anger about it anymore. So, and girls, be fucking wary, because you will never be special, and this guy's gonna continuously do this to girls for, like, I don't know, the rest of time. It's obviously his favorite pastime. So, what to do, man? What to do?